Mort. Hey, Mort.
New swap meet day today, and I'm going in with a friend.
What's up, dude?
What's up? Good morning.
I've got no expectations. This could be a total waste of time. It's a new spot. I don't know the vendors. I don't know what they typically have here.
Do you like Halo Reach, or are you just flexing?
I like Halo. I didn't play Halo Reach too much, but so I am just flexing.
Best
with this one.
version of the game.
I've heard that.
Not joking.
I like Halo too.
Maybe I am just wasting my time. Maybe there's nothing here. Maybe there's no reason to even make this video today. And there's maybe the first aisle had boxed Nintendo games.
Yeah, that one I was on the fence on that one.
Turns out that this is a vendor who I know, and this is someone who had already great deals to begin with on all the games. The Simpsons Hit and Run on the original Xbox. This also says free Simpsons trading card, collectible trading card inside. I don't know if that's a variant of sorts, but I'll grade it and sell it for $1 jillion. $5, amazing deal.
This was one of my favorite childhood games, so I'm actually going to buy this too.
Roger Clemens MVP Baseball. This was an LJN published baseball game. Right now, as a collector, I'm looking for the items that I grew up with. My brother and I played this game obsessively. This is just literally perfect for the collection.
Graham, look at all this, man.
Oh, I get a lot of CID stuff.
Got this to see if this might be a box upgrade. You're going to hear that more than once today.
Definitely grab these.
This is called X Mutants on the Sega Genesis. The cover looks like it's all the people who didn't make it into the X-Men universe. Let me read you the back of the box because this is some 90s glory right here. You and 5 others are X Mutants. Reclaimed humans brought back from genetic disaster. It was already very compelling. I'm curious to learn more. Now the Lord Mutant Sluggo wants to destroy you. The bad guy's name is Lord Sluggo. Lord Mutant Sluggo. It's compelling so far. 4 of your comrades have been captured as bait to lure you into Sluggo's lair. Classic Sluggo move right there. Are you tough enough to save them? Slash and bomb through 11 levels of a wasteland that calls itself Slugtown. What a narcissist. B. Aykroyd, master of the battle axe. Aykroyd. The slicing a path through radioactive war zones. As She-Warrior, probably some cool name. You know, we've got Aykroyd and Sluggo. Shannon. She-Warrior Shannon. Smash the Scourge with nunchakus and homing orbs. This time you're more than a mere mortal. You're an ex-mutant. Maybe this is a beloved property and I'm just taking a swing for fun's sake. I couldn't say no. I mean, the back of the box art says it all.
Well, it comes to 90, okay? And I'll do 60.
Are you serious?
Graham's the best.
I always cut one.
Yeah.
You know?
Here, let me give you 70.
That's a killer deal. Thank you so much, Graham.
Feeling great about that. Thank you, Graham.
I like this place. Kris finds some horror VHS, and anytime I see VHS tapes, if there's anything from the horror genre, I'm probably going to take a second look at it because it's often something that is very valuable. A lot of those movies weren't ever put on DVD or Blu-ray or are available on streaming. The only way to get them is on VHS, and there is something I can admit that is appealing about the warbly tape and the low-res visuals of horror that in that genre that really are benefited by a lower quality on VHS.
I'll do 45 for you.
45?
You want 100 on it. I have to leave it behind, but that is really cool. It's brand new. It's sealed.
I just found this thick Chun-Li G.I. Joe figure, which I've actually never seen this one before. 1993.
I noticed some game stuff out at this table, and I'm very intrigued. It's time to dig. The Nintendo Switch has all of these Nintendo-licensed third-party controllers that are brand-oriented for the console.
What I love about these is all these little special editions that they did.
This is brand new and in great shape.
This thing is awesome and a great game.
I did not know that they made an ODST controller. Unfortunately, it's missing the back plate. The vendor wanted to pair this with the console itself. And so I said, look, I'm not really interested in buying that console, but if you're willing to break out the controller, let's go.
Deal, man. 15 and 20 and 40. Done.
I didn't even haggle. I was like, that's perfect.
I know that there's a lot of different Halo controllers out there, but a Halo 3 ODST controller, this is new to me. Awesome deal so far at this flea market.
Speaking of collectibles, this booth had loads and loads of toys and even a few games. As I'm looking around the booth, the vendor points out to me a basket full of 3DO stuff, including a console, a number of controllers, and a bunch of games. The 3DO is a really interesting console. It came out in 1993 at an asking price of $699.99. When you adjust that for inflation, that's just shy of $1,500 today. The 3DO really did have some innovation behind it. It was moved and marketed as a high-end consumer product, which meant that people like me who just might have had a Super Nintendo and some casual interest in video games at the time would have looked at it as something that someone's rich, family had that no one else really did. And it also had a few huge mistakes that came with it that really doomed it from the start. I believe it only launched with one game, and that was it. There were more games that were going to be launched around the launch window, but what happened was they kept on changing and revising the specs of the console, so a game would essentially be done being developed, and then they go, oh, we changed a few things about the console, and the developers would have to go back and optimize, look for bugs, all that kind of stuff. Today, the 3DO is an incredibly niche console that really stands out to a handful of collectors. The 3DO is a console that I have not heard good things about in terms of longevity, in terms of lasers working still to read the games, in terms of just general functionality. Today, it stands as a curiosity. If I found one for cheap, someone who just wanted to get rid of one, I'd go for it. A big problem of discs in this era is that a lot of them really do have a lot of disc rot. If they're in places that aren't accounting for heat or moisture, there could really be a lot of risks that are being taken here. So at her asking price, which I believe was around $500, it was not something that I was willing to take the risk on. Would you have taken the risk on it?
Oh, these are yours?
Yeah, just that little stuff.
What I definitely decided to pick up, though, was a bunch of paper from this vendor. I threw a stack of things together and I said, I'm going to be your most disappointing buy of the morning. And when she saw what I had, she said, yes, this is true. I grabbed the Zelda Phantom Hourglass DS manual, the official Robo Warrior hint sheet, the Dragon Warrior map and poster, some Super Nintendo inserts, the Super Scope manual, a Super Nintendo poster set, just fantastic stuff. That's a lot of cigarette smoke. More Dragon Warrior stuff here. Maybe what I had before was a Nintendo Power insert. This was awesome. Winter 2003, free Nintendo GameCube era catalog with a bunch of games in it. I love this kind of stuff. I love just reading through with the hype on it. But what I was most excited about was a very heavily destroyed box, manual and insert. The manual for Aladdin is not too bad. The box is wrecked. This is another one of those ones that, like Roger Clemens Baseball, I grew up playing Aladdin and loving playing Aladdin. I'd go to my neighbor's house, they had it. I would sit down in front of the Super Nintendo and beat it in one shot. It was such a satisfying playthrough and gameplay experience.
$20 is a great little price for this stack of goodies. That's an amazing deal.
Persona Phantom Thieves. Have you ever played a Persona game before? Well, Atlas, the publishers of the Persona series and sponsors of today's video, have a brand new game coming out in the Phantom Thieves Persona 5 universe called Persona 5 Tactica. And it's literally coming out to every conceivable console. Xbox, PS4, PS5, Switch, Steam, you name it, it's probably on it. The game is an all-new adventure featuring the Phantom Thieves, taking place between semesters 2 and 3 of the Persona 5 universe. The Persona series is known to be feature-rich with mature philosophical themes, an incredible sense of identity and style, and deep customizable JRPG gameplay that tests even the most experienced gamer. And I'm totally an experienced gamer. I've played all of these. Totally. Even though the Persona series has done other genres of gameplay before, like the Striker series or the Dungeon Crawler series like Persona Q, this is the first time they've done tactical JRPG gameplay, grid-based Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics style combat. And given Atlas's track record with this series, there's a lot to look forward to and be excited about. And if you've never played a tactical JRPG before, this game has design elements that make it friendly to newcomers as well as seasoned veterans of the genre. Atlas's reputation speaks for itself. I'm really excited to play this game, and thank you so much to Atlas for sponsoring today's video. There's a lot in this episode, but this part might be the reason why you clicked on this video. Kris and I are walking through the swap meet, and out of the corner of my eye, I noticed these fluorescent green cases and these clear blue cases, and I'm like, oh, there's some video games. I look a little closer, and I realize that I might be looking at something pretty amazing. I open it up. It's exactly what I'd hoped it was. It's Godzilla on the PS4. Godzilla is one of the more notable PS4 games in terms of collectability because today, in 2023, it regularly sells for over $200. But why is this game so expensive? Well, best I could tell from my research, there's two reasons for that. Number one is that this game got delisted from the PlayStation Store. You cannot buy this game digitally. The only way to play it is on physical. And number two, I don't know that it sold well to begin with, so I believe there's a pretty low print run. And then number three, an X factor in all of this stuff with collectible games is it part of a property that has a really niche, passionate fan base? And Godzilla certainly does. How much do you want for it?
I'll be right there 1 second.
The vendor holds onto the game and he looks at it.
Okay.
It's not too sure. Either he suspects that this is a really valuable game, or he doesn't really care and he's just trying to figure out what like a price would be for like a random PS4 game.
$20. You got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Let's just say that was awesome. $20.
That's a good score.
I'm feeling pretty good right now.
This is such an interesting thing to me because a lot of people look at the price of this game at $200 and they're like, that's insane, why would you pay that? But I remember when this game hit $100 and people are going, that's insane, why would you pay that? I wonder in 10 years if the PS4 is still a collectible console, if people will still find value in this game. Josh, the co-host of the podcast, said he played this for about 60 hours and he said, it's not a good game, but I just love Godzilla. I remember when Little Samson was $60, and at the time it was like, there's no way I'm paying $60 for an NES game. And now that game goes for $2,500. This might be cheap given what it could be in the future. Now you might be saying, Mort, come on. Didn't you give the guy before at the Zelda on the Wii U some extra cash for the game because he was underpriced? In this situation, given how long this person has been doing this for, I just kind of thought, seller sets the price on this one, I'm going to take the game. And I felt good about that. We go from one delisted game right to another.
Oh, they're selling up to 100. I told them the price of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
That's a great one. Spider-Man Web of Shadows. This is not the first time I have found this game. In fact, in the past year and a half, this is the third time. This is another one just like Godzilla where it has those three factors. It's out of print. And in addition to all of that, Spider-Man is, I don't know if he's ever been quite as popular as he is right now. Seller is someone who I ended up knowing, and they gave me a great deal out the gate on it. Didn't even haggle. Thank you very much. Do you guys normally come to this spot?
Yeah, we're in the blue.
Also grab SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. When I resell at events, people love getting these wrestling games. But this is where it gets kind of interesting. The big thing at this table was this.
This looks brand new. Was this like yours as a kid?
No, it was a
flea market find?
It was a state sale find.
This is a mint condition, brand new Nintendo Power Zelda themed wallet from 1988. Anytime I see these Nintendo oddities, I'm very interested. I think they wanted 65 or so for it. I was fine with that price. Pokemon Pearl complete in box. This is an authentic copy in good condition, and I paid up on this. And the reason for that is Pokemon games in general, if they're complete in box, I can't think of a time where I've brought them to an event and someone hasn't just bought them from me. So I think I paid top dollar for this one. It does not matter. At every event, someone buys Pokemon stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go to the ATM and grab you more cash.
Speaking of Pokemon, how about Pokemon White version 2? This is not a game that I have in my collection. I don't have the case and manual for it either, just the game, and it's an original, authentic cartridge. I have a feeling that with this particular version of Pokemon, finding a case for it will be really difficult. Speaking of really difficult to find a case and manual, this is a Nintendo DS game that I did not know was a game. Blue Dragon has a sequel on the DS called Blue Dragon Awakened Shadow. I looked on eBay to just try and buy a case because I found the game here at the swap meet. You can only find it complete in box.
I'm saying I'd do like $270 if you threw in the other Pokemon game. So Blue Dragon.
Alright, we'll do it, man.
Whoa! Let's go.
And then as I'm leaving and looking through things, They have this game
Spirit Tracks.
for $40. Make an offer on it. We'd love to sell it and just get rid of it today. You know, we know that you might flip it or resell it, which I will. I said best I can do on this one is 20. With how much money I was already spending, I was like, this is just realistically the most I can do. And they were like, cool, let's do it. I so appreciate it to the gentleman selling at this booth. I've bought from them before at different swap meets. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who I found. That's it.
What up, Morty?
That is hot.
Dude, right?
How about these two?
Let's go. Yes. Okay.
Wait, you're talking about the sun, right?
I'm talking about all of it, baby. The face, the sun.
This booth had a lot of really interesting stuff. Kris found an Atari Lynx.
Thanks, man.
Good score.
It's pretty clean one. Screen looks pretty good. Missing the battery. That's okay.
All right.
In a case.
And it works.
I can loop this up. I'm going to put it in here. I wish I had a belt. I would put it on my belt.
That'd actually be awesome.
And as I'm digging through his stuff, I found something for my N64 collection that I don't have, and it's this Pikachu.
Thanks, man.
Here's your change. There you go.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
I found this Pikachu Pokemon Snap Blockbuster Video card that you would use with the kiosk.
Swim
40?
Wish I had that one. That'd be the good one.
That'd be the good one.
We could have stopped here. We could have called it quits. We could have said, you know what? Our backpacks are full. Our wallets are empty. This has been a great day. But no, we found another table with a lot of stuff on it pretty late into the morning.
What you got Resident Evil at?
$10.
10? Take 8?
Sure.
Speaking of Resident Evil, Kris found Resident Evil Outbreak and he was intending to buy it. And I threw some jealousy at him because I was like, oh, I'd love to have that in my collection. I don't have it right now. And he ended up giving it to me.
Dude, I found the original Super Smash Brothers.
The original Super Smash?
Comes with this Brady Games little mini guidebook inside of it.
On the
Super Smash Brothers.
Wow.
The original on Vic 20.
Holy cow.
What a score.
Even bad Resident Evil games, I'm excited to play. I don't know if Outbreak is actually good or bad, but my understanding of it is that it's not great.
What's that retail for? 7,000?
One of one.
One of one?
The original.
That's amazing.
Just grab these 3 games for $50 in addition to that Resident Evil game, Final Fantasy Tactics, the Black Label version, and Legacy of Kain, or Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Thank you very much, Kris.
Oh, were you filming me?
No, I was filming myself, but
Nice score.
$50? I'm coming back to this place. That's all I gotta say. Pretty tapped out at this point, and there's still more to go. You'll see. $10 Wii game. Deal. And there's more retro cardboard sitting out at this swap meet.
How much is this? How much is this? I don't know if there's a game in there.
$10. It's a totally great price. I wasn't sure if I had the box or not in good condition. In general, I feel like anytime I see N64 boxes, I feel like I have to rescue them. I was like, I need to show some restraint here and walk away. So I did. I walked away. And then I came back.
Let's grab this for $5. Thanks to this fine gentleman.
Very happy with it. Is that Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut in there? No, it's not. It was so fun to go to a new spot and meet some new folks and just find new things.
You have one of the rarest knockoffs ever made. There's only like 2 known to exist, and we just sold it off for $1,800.
Wow.
Always good to see Kris.
That was a blast. I got some really good stuff.
If you see me out there, let's chat, let's hang out.
My back hurts.
I have this sweater on for this morning, but now I'm sweating
I don't
through
know
all
how
of it.
you have this on. Get that off.
Yeah, well, okay.
I'll see you around soon. Thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your week.